Okay, I need to find somewhere to put this if I can figure out which way I want to go. Okay, I think we're good. Now I need to like put this to the side because I always look at that and I think I should look here, and I don't know if that's going to be strange for me. Hello again. It's been a while since I've uploaded anything to YouTube. I think the last time I put something up was when I had crossed the Nullarbor and I was just about to turn north from Ceduna to go up the Stewie in Australia to get to Uluru. I recorded loads of footage of that I never made into anything. You know, the way I make videos is I would record everything as much as I could, and then when I could see kind of like a natural timeline or like progression through that, I would edit it up. It's why I never committed to regular ones on YouTube, because I don't know what's going to happen out there on the road. Maybe I'll put some of that footage over here just for the sake of using it, of getting to Uluru, making friends, driving around, you know, even hitchhiking back down that road with Alex. 1,000 kilometers in a day in a car was amazing. But then I went back to Indonesia for Benteng Jawa again. I came over here to the USA, and when I was here I wanted to kind of challenge myself with just recording or making a reel every day on Instagram. I've changed how I've recorded stuff over the 2 years and however many months I've been away, and I wanted a challenge. I wanted to make something every day just using my phone. So I haven't really used this camera at all, apart from like some photographs. I want to change that, and that's not with an on-the-road video. That's not what this is right now. What I want to do instead is just start a series of videos now on what equipment I use. I've never really done that before. I think that's the fun of just like leaving and doing something like this. You know, when I left I was so green to everything. I didn't know anything, and I really loved finding out the way I like to do things. The first one of those, I want to focus specifically on what equipment I use from Peak Design. Really got to grips with a lot of their equipment, and I just kind of want to vouch for it. Like, I will not be someone who uses something for a week and then tells you that it's amazing. I've put this stuff through its paces. There's 3 things I'm going to focus on in this video. These have really changed my just day-to-day experience with bikepacking, living on the road, living on my bike, and making that kind of as seamless as possible, or at least like bringing those seams kind of slightly closer together. A sale for these is going on the Peak Design website at the moment. If you're interested, I'll put a link down below. You can use that. That's an affiliate link, so some of that helps me as well if you decide to use it, just for like transparency, and helps keep this whole thing going. I've never made a video like this. I don't know how to get into it apart from the first one, which actually, before I do that, I'm currently in Bentonville, about 6,000 k into the US. The thing that's made the biggest difference to my riding over the last year is this bag right here. This is the Peak Design 3-litre everyday sling, paired with these absolute bad boys, the capture clips. I'd never used a bum bag before with cycling, but when I wanted a better way to carry my camera, I went with one of these and picked it up in Taiwan. It means I can carry both my camera and all of the everyday equipment that I want very, very quick access to, and that I always want on my body. Let's say I pulled up to a shop or a gas station or gas. God, I've been in America too much. I would be so nervous of leaving my passport, my wallet in my frame bag. So I'd always fish them out. I always kind of had them hidden. I'd take them out, get them in, go in, buy my stuff, come back out, put them back into the bike. But when you're doing this like sometimes multiple times a day for over 2 years, it gets a little bit annoying. And that's really what started my experimenting with this bag. I could keep my camera on it and keep my passport and keep my wallet in there. You know what I mean? I could lean my bike up anywhere, and I kind of already had everything that I really needed. And then it kind of developed and I started keeping more and more things in there. For example, if I was going in to a little cafe and I wanted to use a charger, I started carrying my charging cables and my plug sockets in here instead, for the same reason. I don't need to fish them out of my frame bag, which was kind of before my space on my bike for quick access of everyday items. And like, even if I just look in there now, like my head torch as well. If I stop late at night, I don't want to be fishing around in my panniers finding this thing. CO2, my plug socket, my camera. This camera to show you this. So even on here, where I am now, this is the L plate with the clip underneath, and that means I can attach it here on the bag. I actually picked up a new one when I was in San Francisco because I lost one of my old ones when I took it off and put it in the bottom of my bag. That means I'm kind of, I mean, the Americans must love me because I'm like kind of like a gunslinger, and I've always got my camera like on my hip when I'm going round. It's more comfortable than having it on the strap. You know, for about a year and a half, and actually the first Peak Design product I had was a strap that I bought in Malaysia. I carried my camera on my back. I'm a pretty slim guy, my spine isn't very cushioned. It did kind of hurt a bit after a while. And then I realized every time I was setting up my tent, there was loads of just small little finicky things that I would take from my frame bag or from my bike and put it into the tent. And then in the morning I'd pack everything up, and then yeah, I just have these like weird awkward shaped items that didn't have anywhere. This is where they went. You know, I could get into my tent, I could sit down, I could just take this bag off and it had everything in it straight away. One of the things that I've seen said about it is that there are cycling specific slings that are more suited to cycling. I'm sure there are. I don't doubt that. However, I think with bikepacking there's actually like a fine balance between like lifestyle, every day, being able to get off the bike and explore, and the cycling. You know, the cycling isn't the core of it, it's just the tool to get around on. And there are some days that you'll be in a city or a town and you kind of don't want to be in, I don't want to be in my grubby camping t-shirt. I don't want to I don't want to be just wearing super lightweight stuff. I want to look kind of normal and be able to blend in, and that's where this like fits so well. Like, I wear it as a bum bag, but this actually comes out and you can use it as an over-the-shoulder sling, and that is like a city bag that looks great, that has some style to it, that is like minimal but like boasts utility and function. And really, that's why I love this bag. I really can't recommend something like it enough. You can make your own informed decision, but you know, can I vouch for it? Yeah, I would. I've been using it for a year. I love it. The next thing, let me adjust this, the sun is going down quickly. The next one I'm actually going to show you tomorrow. Today's the day I'm going to be setting off from Bentonville. I want to show you that second really amazing piece of equipment that just makes life a dream. The ultralight packing cubes from Peak Design come in two materials, so they come like both in this one. This is a waterproof material, and then I also use this mesh. Now this is all of my clothes. Makes it so easy when I pack my bags. I need to get things out really quickly. This takes up the size of one of my panniers. I can keep my sleeping mat, even though I never use it, right next to it. And then I have everything that I need in just one kind of compartment. What I used to do was like fold up everything and then slide it in so it was flat, and to get one thing you had to take everything out. But now I go by rolls. So actually within this I have 3 rolls of clothes. I carry 4 in total. That's 2 human and 2 cycling ones. Of those human ones, one of them is for camping, that's the grubby stuff, and then one of them I try and keep clean. Complete jump in time because I had to stop recording because of my memory cards running out. What I was getting at is that these ultralight packing cubes have just helped me streamline everything and do so much so quickly. You know, I use it to store my tent, I use it to store all my clothes. I use it for deep storage of things that can't get wet. I use it for keeping all my books organized and together. I keep my toiletries in there. I use it for keeping my pan and pot and protecting my pan and pot on the inside. I did this for a time with one of my other ones, but you can put, there is a strap that comes with it. and you can put them on here and use it kind of as an over-the-shoulder bag. And I did do that for a time when I didn't want to have the bulk of the everyday sling. I just wanted something small to carry, you know, my wallet and my passport and keep it really close to my body. And the last one of those, and perhaps what I actually use the most on a daily basis, this right here and this right here. Now I can't stress enough how much I thought it just looked awful to have a phone mount on a bike, and I think it does. You know, if you're racing on an SL8, you're not about to put a phone mount on your bike, and that's because like you don't need one and it doesn't look good. However, for bikepacking, I literally now could not have a rig that did not have a phone mount on it. I find it amazing just to have super quick access to my camera, to be able to pull up maps when I need to be able to scroll through my music when I need to, and not have to be getting something out of a cargo bib, fumbling around, and then risking dropping it at the same time. You know, I've been in situations where I've had my phone, yeah, perhaps I shouldn't have been on it on the road in the first place. Kind of, maybe you can give that to me. Now, is it a little bit unfair of me to have these things as just one item on this list? Because it is kind of more of a series, you know, it is both the phone case working with the universal bar mount, working with the out front bar mount. I keep my little Peak Design camera like attachment clips on here. I don't know the proper name for them. And that means I can also use that with my camera strap. You know, just every time I see another video online of someone being mugged in London, I think that they need these to be able to put a lanyard on their phones. It's completely underrated use for that. It's just that ease of movement around the cockpit. I've had a lot of people compliment the cockpit of my bike, saying that it's just got everything on it, and it does, like, it's perfect. I'm so proud of it. And really, it's the Peak Design phone mounts that have made it what it is for me. That kind of sealed the deal. Before that, it wasn't complete. And I think that's how I'm gonna end it. I know that I've moved around a lot in the last couple of days, and now I'm staying at a Warm Showers hosts, Angelica and Joe. They've hosted about 300 people here since 2018. They started hosting people on Warm Showers. As I said, the everyday sling, the ultralight packing cubes, the out front and the universal phone mounts, these are things I've used so much, and I really wouldn't be telling you about them if I didn't. You know, I receive a lot of messages on Instagram, and I try to get back to them all, although I do miss them sometimes, and I feel awful for that. Speaking to people about what kit I use, and these are things that I mention to those people when they say, oh, what bag are you carrying your camera on? How do you pack your bags? How do I make my reels every day? You know, because I want that quick access to my phone, and that's why I keep it on the bar mount. With the sale, it just seems like an appropriate time that you might want to look at the stuff, because it is really worth shouting about, and Peak Design are doing some amazing things with even more fun stuff coming up soon. It was amazing for me when I was in San Francisco to actually go to their office, and I even stayed at Pete Daring's place in San Francisco when I needed a few days before setting off on the ride across the US. They're really doing great things, and I'm super proud to be representing them. So I think what I'll end with is saying that the next on the road video will be when I leave here in the US and when I start again in Morocco. So I'll see you then, and I'll catch you soon.